Well, hello. It's harvest time, I guess. So I decided that I wanted to come to you on this Friday. Is it? Yeah, on this Friday night in my costume for the world. And I'm hoping you're enjoying seeing me cook up some good things in the South Park's kitchen on
I
Black
love it.
News Tonight.
I love it.
uh, Danger approved that he likes it. So that's all that matters, I guess. But anyways, let's get into it, man. I'm so excited that you came in and that you're watching with us again. We're here on a Friday night. We've been off for the last 2 weeks, which was amazing. I've got a lot of things to talk about, to catch up on, and I'm so happy to be right here on your computer, TV, screen, or all of those great devices that we all use to watch everything on Black News Tonight. I'm excited about that and excited to encourage you to get out and vote November 3rd. It is really important that we do that. And I know you've heard this a million times over. This is the most important election of forever. And I'm okay with that narrative, but I guess in my opinion, every election is the most important election. Every time you go out and vote, and you exercise your right as an American, that's an important election, and your vote matters and your vote counts. I'm definitely not going to ever explicitly express who someone should vote for. I'm never going to do that. Uh, I am going to always, do my best to give my true opinions and my true feelings on how I feel about certain candidates. And that's what I do, and I'm not going to apologize for that. And I'm so excited about doing this Friday show before the election, and I'm actually going to. I'm sitting here looking at my personal ballot, and I am going to be out working on Tuesday, not necessarily voting on Tuesday, but I am voting. My ballot will be turned in. Um, with that being said, we're gonna get into it, and I want to start. I'm gonna bring Danger in with me to talk about. I don't know. Did we discuss if he was coming on camera? Danger, tell me in my ear if you are ready to do that, because
Oh, we're good.
I want to
No,
start off. Oh, we're good. We're good
yeah,
to go.
we're
Look,
fine.
look, bro. All right, welcome, Danger to the show. You guys know Danger, the production director. I'm
Usually
excited about
behind the
him
curtain.
behind the curtain, behind the veil. I'm so excited about him being here tonight. Um, I'm excited about talking about first starting off on the national level. We got a lot of things we want to cover tonight, including racism 2020. Uh, we got some videos to show
No doubt.
you. Um, but we both have opinions and views on the presidential election. Obviously, we're going to end everything off with our city council election. We had the opportunity of starting off this season 2 premiere with a virtual Saginaw City Council debate, uh, night 1 and night 2. And we had a great opportunity to host 8 of the candidates that are running out of the 11. And it was a fantastic time to get to know some of those people personally on a personal level.
How often
So
do
we're
you
going to
get
get
that?
way.
For like okay, so the town hall things where you're talking to the president elect or your candidate for president, yes. But in a or a student council in a city council thing, you don't normally get that kind of. We had questions
Interaction.
from actual people that live here asking questions of
Hmm.
city council. It was nuts. I don't you don't
It was.
normally get that kind of connection. It was awesome. I loved it.
I loved it too. And it was great to like meet everyone on their level. Like where they are. It was fun to like meet just I don't want to get too much into that right now, but because it's so exciting to talk about, because that was something that we said that we were going to do, and we did it, and
We
we
did it.
accomplished it. And there's been like 4 or 5 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 Zumbaya since then. But you know, I'm excited about everybody being it, being invigorated
Yeah,
by
yeah.
by this campaign in the city of Saginaw. This city that is moving forward and
Well, sure.
voting for five.
It's easy to lose sight of the local stuff when you're worried about an election. And I know you said they're all important, and you're right. But
Mm,
an election, in my opinion, that's bigger than most. I think it's bigger than most, but that's just me. So when something like that happens, you lose sight of your local government, and you just are looking at the national level, like what is even happening. And I mean,
mm.
it's easy to lose yourself in there.
I mean, it's very easy to lose yourself in the national election when, I mean, just look around the country, voter suppression being expressed countrywide. I mean, it's very easy to lose yourself, and I understand the importance of this particular election. Yes, I
Yes.
get it.
Mhm.
I understand. I also understand how much our city affects um, our everyday lives, you know, and that's important, and that's why me personally, and matter of fact, let me make sure I do this. Empower Saginaw and Black News Tonight hosted that Saginaw City Council virtual debate. We did that as a co-host, and we were excited to work together. Shout out to Carly Hammond. Shout out
Thank
to
you so
Cece
much.
Ovetta.
Hmm.
Shout out to Kathy. Shout out to Indigo Dudley and
Yep.
everybody in the Empower Saginaw group. Man, it's been exciting working with all of you. Um, Point blank, period. It was period. Did I do it? I did a period
You
on
did.
my show.
You
A
did.
period.
You done made you a point.
Oh. Shout out to Jeff Bulls. Shout out to the former mayor, Joyce Seals. Um, Shout out to Alicia Goldenzoff.
Hmm. Hmm.
I, I think
That's tough. That's
I
tough.
might,
I just say
I might,
Alicia.
I do too. But from White's Bar, shout out to Ramon Kelly. Shout out to DJ. We'll just call him DJ, who actually made that flyer for the Saginaw City Council virtual debate. Thank you so much, brother. I haven't had a chance to personally thank you, um, but thank you. Shout out to Michael Flores personally for
Hmm.
coming and doing a sit down special with us. I'm excited that he was able to open up and be open about his life and transparent on his campaign time, all this busy stuff that they've had so much stuff to do. But thank you, Michael. Thank you, Nathan Cullison, for coming and sitting down and
Hmm.
doing a 2 hour sit down. Thank you so much. We were so excited to do this election cycle, and thank you to Jimmy Green for sitting down on uh, the presidential debates. Jeff Bulls. Jeff Bulls is an ally to the show, so and he also runs his own. His, hey Monique, hold on. I was
Nice.
just getting to you.
Nice.
Shout out to Monique Lamar Sylvia for coming to the show. Shout out to Jamie Forbes. Shout out to it looks like we're gonna do the Saginaw City Council first. Shout out to um, Malcolm Clever. Shout out to um, Ray Tavel Richmond. Shout out to George Copeland,
Yep.
Monique Lamar Sylvia, Nathan Cullison, Councilwoman Forbes,
Sure.
and
Absolutely.
Councilman Reggie Williams. We want to personally thank all of you who took out time out of your busy schedule to come and sit down with Black News Tonight for our first Saginaw City Council virtual debate. And it's only protocol that I thank you now that we're closing off the election cycle on Tuesday. We're going to do a final recap and talk about who got in and who didn't get in. Um, Shout out to Carly Hammond for sitting with us for 2 hours for our very first episode
Sure.
when she was running for 95th District. Fast forwarding to shout out to um, David Danger for doing all of the heavy lifting in the background there for me. I appreciate you, sir.
Happy to
If
help.
I missed you, I didn't. I happy to thank you so much, for real, for real. Um, if I
I think
missed
you. Yeah,
anybody, but I think I got everybody. I'm
I'm pretty
looking
sure.
currently at my ballot right now, so I think I got everybody.
We're live, so message
Let's.
in. Like, yeah, find the post and be like, "You forgot me, you big jerk!" Like,
Hey, no, I mean we know we didn't forget nobody because I mean we had eight,
no,
eight.
there it is.
Not well, we had nine until okay, but anyways, yeah. But with that being said, let's dove. I do want to start with the national first and then move right into the city,
All right.
because I think that you guys got to stick around and find out about this act. My thoughts, just my opinions, my feelings. Little stats, little data, little intimate sessions and
Sure.
conversations and we really had a fun time. Anyways, diving into the final presidential debate, me and Danger did a small recap right after it. We always will be airing those things live, even if we don't correspond um, during. There's no purpose of us being on there during, so we will be airing those live. Like next presidential cycle or election cycle, you will see those live. We will try to get more involved, and I hate that I'm saying this sometimes because it is not easy. And
What are you
Danger's looking
signing
at
us
me
up
like,
for? What you signing us
look,
up for right now?
we will try to get more involved with not just the city council debates, but also school board and things of that nature. I didn't think we were versed on. I was versed. I watched the NAACP forums that they did on both, all city council and the Saginaw School Board. We will be trying to dig our fingers into that. Also, digging our fingers into more virtual platform things like that. Just covering a lot of things to get you guys knowing. And it's been a while since it's just been you know just my time
Sure.
and your time. I guess we haven't had like an empty set, but anyways, I want to dive into President Donald Trump and Vice President Joe Biden. It is the most important election of our time, um, and that's what the no, it is, frankly.
You hear the
So
term unprecedented times, historic times. You can only hear that so many times before you realize, oh man, this is some serious stuff that we stepped in. Like, serious stuff is going down. Yeah.
I mean, I think one of the major issues I think on both sides are Supreme Court. You know, is Biden going to pack the court? Is but that's usually a narrative that's not. I have to be honest. When you're passing a Supreme Court justice into confirming them right now, or they're confirmed now. Truth, it's really hard for me to focus on packing the court, and it's a real subject change. It just basically means let's not talk about what's happening right now. Let's talk about what could happen if someone else was driving the car. And it's always like, let's keep America great. Let's make America great again,
Again.
again, or he's been in office for 46 years and he hasn't done anything,
Sure.
but he's running for president now. Like he was vice president, he's been in,
Pretty
he's
sure
been
that
a
counts as
senator,
doing
but
something.
I mean, I just find a lot of subject change on that side. And obviously, I have my issues, of course, with the Biden Harris ticket as well. They're not.
They're not
See,
perfect.
I have
It's
to
not
think
perfect.
about this. Like tonight, they're not perfect, but tonight, like for dinner, I made what my dad would call like a throw together meal
Nice.
because
Hodgepodge.
I didn't hodgepodge,
That's where I'm from.
hodge, hodgety potchety, like straight up, like ramen noodles and like some canned beef, and I
That
like
yeah, and then
seasoned it
some
up really.
usually some canned green beans. Done.
Yeah, Boom, got a meal, right?
Done.
My kids
Biscuits.
love this meal so much. They were so excited. They was like, "Oh, this is good, Daddy. Got a meal." Well, here we go with just the whole point of bringing this up. I'm okay with hodgepodging, right? On certain days of the week. But at some point, we got to have a plan. Like, I can't just hodgepodge canned beef and ramen noodles for my kids every day and expect them to be nutritionally sound. I can't do it.
Nor can you fill a recipe
So,
book with a bunch of blank pieces of paper and then guard it, and then when someone opens it, get really mad and walk out. You shouldn't do that neither.
it's not the point. You can't. So, with that being said, um, my thoughts on Biden Harris. Everyone, I am very enthused about Kamala Harris. I'm not going to lie about that. I'm not going to shout that down. A lot of people have things about Kamala, about the smirking and her debates and the way that she was looking, and I was like, man,
The way she was looking, hilarious, awesome.
like now you know you lying.
I didn't have
That's
no
exactly
problem. Yep, I had
me
no
either.
problem with that
Me
woman
me me either. But why was someone policing her looks at that time? Why are we? I
because
mean,
she's a woman.
we
You never hear him yell about Donald Trump's dumb faces. That dude makes. We won't get into that. He makes some
no
faces.
we're yeah make talk about the faces. I
What's
mean, it's
it's
okay.
difficult for me to edit myself when I speak of Mr. Trump. So I
Hmm.
must speak slowly, and I gotta Barack Obama through it, and take a pause and
Take
really
a
think about
pause.
my sentence before I let it out. That
What
dude
you
makes some
could?
faces. I mean, Donald Trump GIF. Google it. Give that a quick
I
Google.
know it do.
That's a tunnel. You're
I
gonna
mean,
talk
but
about rabbit hole till tomorrow.
like one of the things that he said in the final debate was like he's done more for black people since Abraham Lincoln, and am I quoting incorrectly or am I
No,
truly?
that's what he said. I think he said. I think the quote is, "Except perhaps for Abraham Lincoln." So even that was like a so-so, like a column A, column B.
See, and that's the interesting factor
What?
about like the winning, like he wants to win situation. I think it's very interesting that like you would make a statement like you've done more for black people, and I know people would say, well, he's speaking of presidential, like presidents, like,
Mm, okay.
but like there's King, there's Martin Luther
Like I
King, there's like Malcolm
and
X.
he
It's
said
like,
this is good too. He said I'm the least racist person in this room. I can't tell. It's dark in here. But if the house lights were up, I'm the least racist person in this room. You know who else is in his room? His family, who he just threw under the bus. And then I just don't I don't that a person that turns everything into a contest like that that's not leadership mentality.
what are they not telling you?
Yeah.
That's everything is and again, like everything is a side note. Everything is a what? Oh, oh Lord, there's comments. When Trump said that I wanted to go through the television, look,
Get him.
Mo, I'm get him. Like that's how I be feeling. Like, what is he talking about? What is he talking about? So in stand down and stand by. I mean, we had a lot of things that happened. Now, a lot of people would be like, okay, but they're bringing up, and I have to address it. Uh, Biden in the N word,
Biden
right?
said the N
And
word?
then years, like 60 years
Oh,
back,
I
like
actually missed that.
it was a video,
Oh boy.
and he was reading, and they pulled it out. It doesn't matter. I'm not here to defend him. Okay, but I have to tell
Still
the
tough. It's
fact
kind
of
of
the
tough.
matter is, it,
I mean, okay, so if I ran for office right now, there's no amount of PI digging that could ever find me saying that word. Ever. Not ever. Not ever. Straight up no.
water.
It ain't never happened. And on that topic, related, because I have a great respect for women. I don't generally use the c word ever, like never. I don't do it. It's not for me.
So,
Just saying.
um, right,
But Biden,
and
sorry.
not all. Look, and not all of us are. So, I've had issues on the show. I think what people don't understand is it's not that you can't be forgiven or you don't get a second chance. It's the fact that if you know it's wrong, you need to correct it. I mean, three different presidential debates, and we're still waiting for the president just to denounce his Proud Boys and white supremacist supporters. And while waiting for that, we're offering a lot of that up in arms. So has Biden addressed it? Has he addressed the N word? Has he talked about it? I seen the video. I got a lot of people posting that. And most of those people that post that stuff are like, okay, well, you need to vote for the third party, or you need to vote for this one, or write this one in. And it's like, I know that the system is broken and there shouldn't be a Democratic and Republican Party. Obviously, I understand that. And I'm not going to disagree with you, but I'm not going to go vote for someone that, like, I know for sure that Joe Jorgensen is not gonna get elected. So
That's how we got here, man.
we did that. I mean, well,
That no, dude, serious. Bernie or Busters, in my opinion, that is what brought us to this point. I did not like that movement at all because that to me, I didn't understand how you can dislike anything else so much that if you don't get your way, you just bail completely. It didn't make no sense to me. I didn't like it.
I mean, and we see that all the time, where people are so extreme to the left or to the right that there's no bipartisan, and there's not no any like do what's for the greater good of our democracy. And I'm sick and tired of hearing we're voting for the lesser of two evils, or I'm exhausted with that. I am exhausted with that. Like, I don't want to hear narratives that are created by conspiracy theorists. I mean, I've seen so many videos and sketches of like people being out on like at a Trump campaign and just asking these supporters questions and trying to fact check them in live time. I don't want any facts and I don't want to be fact checked. Um, or vice versa, I don't care about packing the court because we just packed the court just recently. We just literally, and I know people are like, no, we didn't. We never packed the court. But just literally, we just passed Supreme Court justice, with not even a weeks of the election. You know what I'm saying? Like, so what is the comments?
I'm watching the thread. Sorry. Yeah,
Oh,
here's
so,
Vinny.
well, you can find many people that have actually said their N word. What about the Buena Vista administrator that was caught saying the N word and refused to step down? I mean, it was recorded.
I think there's plenty of things that we're recording that never seen the light of day.
I know some things that was recorded
I
just
have a
this a campaign
I have,
cycle, and
I
that
have a
ain't never
couple
seen the light of
ideas.
day. I have some idea. Are you? Oh, hello, children.
Nice.
Ah, I had to get at least a little
It
bit of a
worked.
voice. Mo,
It worked.
Monique Lamar Sylvia, I hear you, girl. I do. You're right. And and listen, like okay. I'm okay. So I know people like I have never felt more uncomfortable about expressing my vote to people in this era. Like, I mean, I talk about politics all the time and all that stuff, but like, it's like, yo, I'm not voting for Donald Trump. I'm not. Like,
Excuse me.
and I'm okay. I'm okay with like, you being mad about that or you being upset about that. But I'm not voting
Or
for
you're gonna
Donald
tell
Trump.
me why I'm going to vote for?
Why? No, you're not gonna tell me why I'm gonna vote for anybody. First of all,
Love it.
and you don't have to listen to why I'm voting for anybody either. Second of all, you can
No.
tune right on out.
If you want to
I'm
ask me
just
a
gonna
question,
share
I will tell you what I know.
what I know. I mean, but I'm not voting for Donald Trump. I'm not. You know why I'm not voting for Donald Trump? Here's why. I asked for several weeks for a commentator that was Republican that wanted to speak on behalf of the
As did I.
RNC, as did this man, David Danger. We asked several weeks for someone just to speak on behalf of the Republican Party, not behalf of your president,
No.
but on behalf of the Republican Party.
Yeah.
And what we
Give us a
found
Republican
was
point of view. That's all I stated in my letters. A Republican point of view.
same.
You will not be. It's not about getting criticized. And I mean, if we're being honest, a lot of the criticism I see comes from the red anyway. But uh, I mean, more often than not, that's what I read at least. But maybe I'm jaded. I don't know.
No,
My
because
circle is resoundingly blue. So maybe that's the way I look at it. I mean, that's fair.
but it doesn't matter if your circle's resoundingly blue because let me tell you something. Like their ads show literally that everybody on the left are terrorists, and even the terrorists that tried to kidnap our governor, we're not calling them terrorists. So we're they're coming. The black what do they call it in black clothing. He says always they're dressed in black clothing. I've seen a whole bunch of them. They were on a plane,
What?
and I'm like, you never heard that?
Uh-uh.
Like, right?
I'll look it up.
Please look it up.
I'll have to.
Look, I'm not gonna finish because it was said, but they're coming in black clothing, and it's like all their ads are Joe Biden's gonna take over your American rights. They're going to pack the Supreme Court.
In Joe
They're
Biden's lockdown.
Joe Biden's like what? They're going to get rid of the police. The Green New
He's
Deal.
gonna cancel Christmas.
And I'm like, okay, but
If you vote him
what
in,
about the
Christmas
president?
is
What
canceled.
about the
He's not even gonna be in by Christmas. Get it together, Donnie. Come on, Donnie. Donnie, baby. Come on.
look? Hello, children. Let's have some whoppers at the hot zone White House for coronavirus.
No, Monique, we did not get any Republican response at all. None. Zero.
Thank you for keeping us on topic
Yeah.
tonight, Monique. We did not
Somebody
get
gotta.
one Republican response, except ones that
Nary.
wanted to. There was one,
What'd you get?
but she only wants to argue on threads, I was asking for a Republican commentator, and she came back with a whole bunch of stuff about Joe Biden, and I'm like, no, I want you to respond to your RNC.
Yeah.
Like the whole RNC can't be about Joe.
How bad the other one is. I mean,
But
Joe went far on
the
that. Joe went really far on how terrible he called the other side terrible. Look how terrible of a job he did. This many people he murdered, and he did. He murdered them. But that you can only go so far on that narrative. You gotta at some point say this is what I'm about. Yes, he's trash, but like this is what's up with me.
Let me ask you a question, just a minor question. What former president that's still alive, is a surrogate for Donald Trump?
Surrogate?
Like goes out, does speeches. That normally happens, and even if you're the sitting president, like
No.
there's a president that will.
Previous presidents hate him. I don't know. I can't speak that they hate him, but they
Well, the
certainly
last
don't
Republican.
step out to say positive things about him.
Hey, I'm voting for I wish George Bush would. He ain't coming up to say he voting for him.
Heck no.
No. When has it been that the Republican Party don't support all Republicans? Like,
140-year-old Jimmy Carter punched that dude in the neck. There's no way, man. Ex-presidents don't like him. That has to be.
don't.
That has to be the truth. I can't speak
Because
to them, but in my opinion, that is what it seems like. They don't approve.
Well, because not even death can bring him to bipartisanship.
Yikes, that's heavy.
That's no, it's it. Even Katrina happened, and George Bush knew how to that's where you get to see Kanye. George Bush doesn't care about black people, but I
Yep.
bet you he started moving. I bet you Puerto Rico is still yet struggling with hurricanes.
It's Halloween.
This man will talk about somebody in their death,
Yep.
and he
People that
did,
get
and he did,
captured.
and he did.
He makes fun of
It,
veterans that are captured. Calls everybody
yeah, I don't.
losers and what is the problem? Now I used to worry. I used to genuinely worry that if the this election went red, that there would be as the blue would be angry, disappointed, but ultimately would carry on. On the opposite side, if it went
Mm-hmm,
blue, the red will
mm-hmm.
say cheated, it's rigged, disregarded it completely, say it's not, and then just go forward with a full on revolution, or at least an attempt at a militia revolution. The people will be
It's
harmed.
so interesting to see how many times the red side flips their narrative.
Mm-hmm.
So when President Obama, former President Obama, was in office, and
Hold on,
we're
say
trying to
President
get
Obama
us
again. That made me feel warm and fuzzy inside.
President Obama,
God,
former
that's
President.
nice. God, that's
You
nice.
got to put the former in front of there.
I
When
know.
he was in office, and he was, by trying to pass the Supreme Court justice into the Supreme Court, get him confirmed. No,
28 days.
we should
It's
let the
normally
American
90
people make
days.
the decision, right? Stats two, same party with their now it's different rules.
Yeah, I
When the
mean, you said it
Democrats were saying
right from Mitch McConnell. The proudest moment of my life when I told that president that he will not fill that Supreme Court justice seat. That was the best moment of his entire life, because his statement was it was an election year. You can't do that. That's not you can't do that. No. But
that's our protocol.
28 days before an election, we're just going to shove this lady through in the sprint of all sprints. Only
Who
two other people of all time have been in that short of a span. Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and I forgot the other one. Dang. But people that were renowned, that people knew, they were like there was overwhelming support for, not someone that they're like, I don't know her.
that thinks global warming is debatable?
Hate it.
Climate
Hated it.
change is debatable.
Thanks. I hate it.
I, I, it's not. It's just not. Like science is not debate. I'm a Christian. I love the Lord. He heard my cry. Listen, but science, the way I look at it is his word doesn't come back void. So that means that his word has to evolve. So hey, look,
I
don't,
know. I
don't,
like it.
please.
I like it.
Sorry, y'all. I know some of y'all. I believe in creationists, but it doesn't. It
I
has to
don't.
evolve over
So I
time.
mean, where there's a balance. There's a balance right there. I still love you.
He, he placed everything in order and where it should be, and but here's the thing. uh, I'm sick and tired of being told you have to do one or the other, or there can't be a balance of both. But it's not debatable. Climate change is not debatable. Like,
No.
come on, I live in Michigan, and I mean, I can tell you that I have been around for some terrible winters, but these summers are getting shorter, and these winters are getting shorter, and clearly we see something is happening. Um,
But Charles, we can't go. We can't go to green energy. We can't go to green energy, Charles. You know why? Because the
why?
windmills, they kill the birds. They kill all the birds, Charles. They kill the birds, and the fumes from the windmills, Charles. It's bad. It's bad, Charles. So it's just completely. It's out of the question. They can't do it. The
Uh,
fumes from the windmills, Charles, The fumes.
John James or Gary Peters?
That was Trump.
I know Trump said that.
Oh,
I
oh,
remember. No, I'm just telling you. We're gonna. I got to get off the. I can't do it
okay.
anymore.
I'll
Uh,
tell you why.
um.
You told me why that you won't be voting for Trump. Mine is a personal vendetta because I'm how do I a geek. I'm a total geek. So I'm
Mhm.
very technologically oriented. So my grudge is with his appointment of Ajit Pai, the head of the FCC, because he wants to flush net neutrality in order to make giant, massive amounts of money. What net in a nutshell, net neutrality is the theory that everybody has a balance to what they see on the internet. No internet company is going to lessen listing and boost their own and whatever and split it up into tiny little bits. But a GPI, he wants to make it so Charter or Spectrum or what's the one down when I was living in Flint? What's the other one? Comcast.
Comcast.
So that people like that can have, okay, you can buy your internet for your 60 $100 a month, whatever it is. But if you want YouTube, that's another $20, and if you want Netflix, that's another $15. Not that you're paying to Netflix, that you're paying to the internet company to access the Netflix. They stand to make piles of money, and he's digging. He's hoping that they get to flush net neutrality, and it will be the internet. It's stuff like this. Stuff like this gone. You have to pay extra for it. I won't have it. No,
Mm.
get that dude out. He makes me. Ah, man, it's close. Almost as mad. Almost as mad as Big T. Trump. T Rump. T Rump. My boy
Oh,
Donnie.
oh, I forget. We're not going to talk about Mr. DeJoy,
Uh, I don't.
Postmaster General.
I don't like. I hate his face. I hate Betsy DeVos too for a personal reason because I was defrauded by my college. My college defrauded me. So
Mm.
the $30,000 or $40,000 that I own for a 2 year degree will not be flushed, even though I was defrauded, because they don't want to. Apparently,
Just the transparency, not being able to see from the mountain that you sit on is hard. But thank Trump, ooh,
we'll just don't.
um,
We'll edit that out. Beep.
beep.
Don't ever thank me again.
Um, but I mean, look, I'm listen. No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm not.
Hey, we
Look,
got a
y'all.
Twitch comment. We ain't never had a Twitch comment. Hey, look at that. Hello.
Hello, Sandstrul0745.
Hello to you as well.
Hey, Twitch, how you doing? We've had a Twitch comment before, though.
It's rare.
Look.
It's rare.
Okay, so here's a call to action. Get
Yep.
out to vote in the presidential election. Uh, you need to get out to vote. You need to get out and vote for who the candidate that sits well with you.
Hmm.
I'm
Even if
never.
there's an,
I'm.
even if for whatever reason you don't have an actual um, person in mind for president, that's not the only thing on the ballot. There's piles and piles of things that you have to give your opinion for. Like this is asking you who's going to run the Michigan Supreme Court if you're in Michigan. There's piles of things that you have to look for and look through and know that's nothing to do with our USA presidency.
Exactly, and you might not want to go to the polls
Not prepared.
un
Yeah.
not prepared,
Especially now,
uninformed.
they're gonna. I mean, well, if you're gonna have to sit on queue for, do your research then. I don't know.
I guess if you got four, I mean, we're
What
talking
else you
about
gonna
voter
do?
suppression. If you got to sit in line for 4 hours, like in Atlanta, they're sitting in line for 4 hours. Like one dude, like posted a whole video of like streaming for like 5 hours just to get in to vote, and then like at the end of it, he was like, "Hey, y'all remember when we came to vote yesterday?
Yesterday, you remember that? Wasn't that cool?
Yeah, remember that cool? And they were still in line voting, like trying to vote. I mean, uh,
I can't tell if she's for or against.
Well,
But
Danger's very pointed. I'm not that pointed. But
I'm
listen,
sharp.
um, I'm not voting for John James, and it's not because he's Republican. It's just because he doesn't represent me. There is some Republican decisions I'm going to make this year. Believe it or not, I'm excited about them too. I'm not sad about them.
I hear
Because you
you.
just can't vote for everybody just because they're Democrat or Republican. That's not real. That's not real life. So,
No, but
with that,
mine was there was none of them were red on mine, and I didn't vote
I
for
know.
them just because they had a little D next to their name. It's because all the data that I looked up, the ones that I was like, yeah, Democrat.
There's one I'm thinking I'm going to go red on, and it might be a bad decision, but I'll get down to it a little later.
Is it the same one that I was like, man? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's that one. Yeah,
It's.
I
I
think
mean,
I
I
left it
just.
blank. I know that's
I
treacherous,
think
but I did.
I know that's treacherous too. Maybe we should write somebody's name in
I
that
don't.
we know
Yeah,
because I think we talked about the same one.
I know we are.
Um, I hope so because didn't that just something happen like last week too
That's
that
exactly
have
what I was talking about. Yep. Yeah.
all right.
I can't be having all
Okay.
that.
I
Doesn't
don't know
matter if
about
he's
that
got a
one.
little D next to his name.
It don't matter. It really doesn't. Like, okay, all right. I want to get into. I know people are. It's 10:42,
They're like, what are you guys
and
doing?
we're having a whole conversation about elections. What do you mean?
I know.
Get out to vote. Make a plan to vote. I know when people say like make a plan to vote, like you guys are thinking like it's going to be like the normal thing that we do every year. It's not, and
No,
I don't
man.
want you
It's
to be
like
caught off guard.
remember when the flights were all messed up and everything was like what January of 2012 or not 2012 2002 and everything was like yeah your flight line was like 20 to 30 minutes. Now it's 5 hours. Like that's what I'm talking about now. Like it something has happened that has increased the queue time significantly, so you should prepare and have a plan in place for that. Pack the little camping chair or whatever. Like bring a bunch of water, bring a
You
extra
need
cell
to go
phone
out to vote
battery.
this year, especially in metropolitan areas. You need to go out to vote this year like you're
Yeah,
going to an American Idol audition. You need a snack. You need a change of clothes. You need to have a lawn chair with you. You need to have a blow dryer, possibly, if you like to be cute when you take your I voted picture. Like,
nice.
you need all of those things this year when you go out and vote. You need an umbrella. Uh,
Prepared. Oh,
Under
sure.
my
Ah,
umbrella.
I wouldn't have.
Ella,
Nice,
Ella,
nice. I would have forgot that one.
eh, eh, eh.
Look at you, a chef who can sing.
Hey, hello, children. All right, but you need to make a plan. You need to have a sitter if you need a sitter.
Hmm.
All jobs are required to allow you to go vote. Just so you know that they are required to let you at least use your lunch period to go vote. Here's the thing: it's probably going to be longer, so you need to make some plans and preparations with your job.
Yeah.
Those of you that are working the polls this year, thank you so much. Um, if you're undecided about a candidate, let me tell you this too, just on the aspect for your local elections. If you're undecided about a candidate, most of the times, people in your precincts that are running for things that are in like the Saginaw area with our city councils. The city council was out. For instance, 95th district for the primary, Carly Hammond was out working polls. Um, so was Amos. Amos had people out there. Clint had people out there. They're going to do their votes. So if you're undecided, like there will be people there for informations to give you platforms and basis for certain candidates
Hmm.
out there that day. So a lot of us have already voted, and I'm going to be one of those people. Gladly going to be one of those people, but I am going to be out on the polls. I'm probably going to sign up with one of the candidates and work polls. Haven't decided that yet, but I do like to do that. You'll see me doing some. We'll be doing some live feed, some live data. We're going to sum up the night too that night. Um,
But a thing to think about is how many mail-in ballots there are this year. It's going to be difficult for us to navigate actual nomination results, election results, because of the giant influx of mail-in absentee
It is
ballot.
not going to be over at the end of the
No,
night.
no, and
We
this is
may not know.
that's what I was talking about earlier when I thought that it was going to be a mess. Was that it's going to because from what I know about Republican voters, they're going to vote in person, and then the Democratic voters seems to want to vote in by mail. So it's going to look initially like it's a giant red wave. Yep, everybody, it's all 100% red, and then all of a sudden we're going to count the blue, and it's going to overtake, and people are going to lose their mind.
Loser, yeah, and we need to make sure that we realize that this election is not over at the end of the night. It's not. Uh,
This
we
is
need to find out about
This is
the
an election season. This is not an election
mm,
night. This is an election
mm,
season.
oh cycle season
I love it.
or cycle.
Hit it.
Hey, hey, cycle. All right, listen. I want to get down into some things that's really dear to my heart. Uh, Saginaw City Council. There is 5 chairs available for you to vote for.
Bye, Monique.
Um,
Monique's signing off.
Monique, don't sign off yet.
She said you gotta sign off.
No, she don't. Here we go. Um, there is 5 chairs available to vote for the Saginaw City Council, and you need to be aware of those things if you're living in the Saginaw, the O2 or O1. Um, there's 5 seats available. Mayor Clock will not be returning, so as is written, there is an opportunity for at least one new member, as is written. I believe there's more of an opportunity to shift this whole council up. Um, we know that Mayor Pro Tem Brenda Moore is not challenging this time. They'll be challenging in a couple of years. We know that Councilwoman Scherzer is not challenging this year. We know that Councilman Ostash will not be challenging this year. Um, we have 4 incumbents: Annie Bench, um, Reggie Williams, Jamie Forbes, and John Milne or Milms. This is not like a um, Kamala or Kamala situation. It's just I really don't know how to enunciate his name. But those are the 4 incumbents. 2 of those, Reggie Williams and Jamie Forbes, are what you considered appointed council members. They were not elected. This is their first election. And we're just going to go down the line and talk about all of them. We had the opportunity to host 8 of them on our show,
We did.
which was very fantastic. It was awesome to have them. And I want to start off with George Copeland. And I think he's a great candidate to talk about to start off. Like George is running on integrity and accountability. He is some there's a Facebook thing happening right now. He is someone who is running on. Um, he's got education behind him. He has a whole huge base of people supporting him. And to be honest with you, I've had opportunity to, during booking the virtual debates, to talk to George and have really good conversation with George. And I do believe what he's putting down. I do believe young blood, new blood is the way to go this time. I am not shouting out any shots or fires at anybody that it's an incumbent. Honestly, it is not even about that. It is literally about the fact that I want something new, and I think George is someone that can do that. It's someone I support. Copeland for council, you heard it first here on. No, you didn't hear it first because everybody says Copeland for council, as we've seen. But on Black News Tonight, I want to formally thank George Copeland for coming on and participating with the very first virtual debate or forum for the Saginaw City Council. Those of you who weren't available to come to that, let's not forget that we did do that. Um, George answered questions very agile. He was quick. He knows what he's talking about, and I respect that. I feel like the young man is on fire, and thank you so much for giving me my solo view. I think the young man is on fire, and I'm excited to see what he has plans on doing. So get out and vote for George Copeland. Next up, why did you come off the screen? I don't like talking about myself today. Um,
All right.
all right, look, George Copeland. I'll move right on to Reggie Williams, and I'll be honest with you. And I'm not endorsing Reggie Williams. I'm not going to not endorse him either. I'm not actually picking a fifth candidate. Everything is about voting for five. I'm going to pick my fifth candidate
With your gut.
with my gut, just like Nate says. He goes that day and he picks them with his gut. So Reggie Williams, I do feel like Reggie is a great person. I would never demerit anybody's character for a campaign or a video situation. I have to bring awareness to the fact that Reggie does work as the BV Buena Vista chief, and he is an appointed member of the Saginaw City Council, making him a very powerful person in two municipalities. So, I mean,
Adjacent
those are things
municipalities. I'm not.
adjacent.
I don't
Adjacent.
know. Yeah,
Say that word. I always have my lips. Municipalities.
that was good.
Adjacent municipalities. So that brings a lot of question and concern. It does not bring question and concern of like integrity or um, do I feel like he's doing the wrong thing or anything of that nature. No, it doesn't. I just have questions
It
on
raises questions. Yeah, that's it.
is that a conflict of interest or not?
Right.
So, and I'm making sure I'm being honest with that. But Reggie Williams has been working in the city for a very long time, and I can't tell you that he's not out of the running for obtaining my vote. And that is, and that's just really being me being straightforward and honest. He does have work to prove. He does have work to show. Um, Malcolm Clever. He's not clever. He's just not clever. They look. That face that you're making is hilarious. I told you I was going to say that tonight
I
because,
know. I know. You did.
honestly, it was written by you though. But just let's just thank you for participating, Malcolm. I appreciate you. You did well on the show. I'm not going to talk about your performance there, but I'll definitely talk about your performance in the NAACP and your performance in the Zetas. Did he come to the Zetas forum?
I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure. I'm not absolutely sure, but I'm pretty sure. But what I will say is, like, his whole base was like, I'm new at this. I'm doing this,
I don't
like,
really
this.
know.
I don't really know.
That
Like,
sort of attack and that tactic didn't. I don't think it landed. It didn't land.
nope, it didn't land for me. And I mean, and that's all that needs to be said on that. But Malcolm, good luck on Tuesday or this election cycle. Good
Hmm.
luck to you, and I appreciate. I will say this. I appreciate you for willing to work with me. Uh, I
Absolutely.
can't. I
He
can't
showed
take
up.
that away from
It's
you.
more than you can
He
say about
showed
some.
up.
He
He
wanted to
he
do it, which is more
came.
than you can say about some.
So did Reggie.
Hmm.
Councilman Reggie. I appreciate you working with us.
Sure.
We appreciate you for coming for sure. Um, Same with George.
Yeah, this
Um,
by no means was this mandatory for the election, or even
right.
but it was it was a good idea to try and get your platform out there. So and it was nice to see and show the people.
And both videos are over 1,000, so
Hmm.
we're doing well
People have
with
seen
numbers.
them.
So we did reach. People have seen them, and they were informative.
Sure, sure.
Um,
And thank you
Listen,
to the questions
Jamie,
askers too, the people that asked questions. Thank you so much.
I did. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, you
thank you
already
for the
did.
people
That's
that.
how we got to Alicia. All right,
That's how we got to Alicia, Carly Hammond. We thank everybody from
I got that
Empower too.
ADD brain.
Um, Me too. Next brings me to Jamie Forbes, Councilwoman Jamie Forbes,
Hmm.
who I feel Jamie Forbes is a candidate that is very moldable.
I liked her.
I feel like I like her. I feel like she has a very good call to action. I
Hmm.
will be honest and say that just on the other side of the coin, she's on so many boards. Um, we know that at this point that she works for Stars. She is on the Ezekiel board. I remember those things, and she was able to let us know about all of the community things that she was doing in the community, and I appreciate that, Jamie. And that is not that's a little jokey joke, but it's not a your work and efforts have not been oversighted. How about that? And I am voting for Jamie Forbes, and I'm okay with saying that out loud.
Hmm.
Um,
I, by the
I
way,
I
am
am in
in the township, so my
Danger Cam.
endorsement doesn't weigh anything. But I liked Jamie. So
I like Jamie too, and I am voting for her. kudos to Jamie, Councilwoman
Hmm.
Forbes,
Hmm.
appointed first election. Next up, Michael Flores.
Hmm.
Um, we haven't talked about Michael yet, but his base and platforms voting for five. I think it's very important that we all understand that voting for five was the ticket this year, and I am going to pick a fifth person, but I am voting for Michael Flores. I really do feel like we need to see, and that is not the only base that he's running on, but we do need to see every person represented on the city council, period. And I really would like Mexicana, Hispanic, Latinos to be able to see someone that represents them on the city council as a
It makes you care about the
person.
community. I mean, it just
It makes you,
does.
it does. And plus,
And not just because they're the same shade of skin as you are, because they seem to have had that same a similar walk. And if they've had a similar walk, they have similar views, and they will do what you need done in government, whatever branch that may be. It's
you
just a
feel like you're
fact,
sitting at the table.
right?
Well, and also not only that, like Michael expresses a great love for the city, and not when he talks about the city does he talk about just Old Town Saginaw, but he also incorporates downtown Saginaw, and that's something I can very much appreciate with Michael. And that brings me right to also land. Michael
Hmm.
talks about the land
He
and
does.
the properties available in the city of Saginaw that no one's getting records of. No one's
Mm.
having, and you would have a moment where people would tell you to go to Sonar, and Michael's actually debuting that stuff. They're saying, hey, no, that's not true because when I pulled this up, this is what I get. Those are things that we need to be interested in, and have someone in city council being an advocate for the people. And by saying advocate for the people, that brings me up to Monique. And I want to thank Michael too for not doing one but two sit downs with us as
Hmm.
far as doing the
Hmm.
debate and doing his own personal sit down.
As in Nate, yeah.
Also a movie, as did Nate.
Hmm.
But I'll get to Nate in just a moment. And brings me to Monique Lamar Sylvia, who is running for city council in the city of Saginaw. Monique is running on the being the voice of the people, which I like. I like Monique's campaign. And I believe in Monique. And Monique has been working in the city of Saginaw for a very long time with different groups and organizations. One of them being Sister to Sister, with her late sister who passed. I've known Monique for a very long time. So I will be voting for Monique as well for city council. I'm excited about endorsing her. Uh, I believe that business as usual is something that we need to get rid of. And that's something that Monique talks about a lot. And I definitely stand on that. Doing business as usual is something that we need to get rid of. I'm going to be honest with you and tell you that I refuse to comment or have much to say on Servin or Curvin Don Merrill because not one forum have we been able to hear you. So, and that's the hard truth.
Yeah, it's difficult to
Is
have an
that
opinion on something, especially after you have this sort of communication with all of the other, or most of the other people that are going for these seats, to try and look at the other person and say, oh, I can weigh them now based on my. It's not fair. You can't do that. It wouldn't be fair.
it wouldn't be fair. And yeah, so Michael, George, um,
Talking about
Monique,
Monique. Hmm.
and Jamie.
Hmm. Hmm.
That's my four for right now.
Hmm.
Let's go down. So again, I say like I didn't have the opportunity to get to know Mr. Merrill. I kudos to you. If you got a base during a pandemic that is that strong, I'm proud of you,
Hmm.
and I hope that you actually get the opportunity to sit at the council of your new blood, and you want to. I hope that you get that opportunity, and kudos to you and your campaign. Um, uh, I'm gonna go ahead and skip on over to John Milne or Milms. I don't know the correct enunciation for your name. I do know that we personally spoke, and you were very nice to me and kind. You stated that you couldn't do our debate because of it being virtual, and that it's just not something that you're partisan with. Fine, no problem. It was great to see you on the NAACP debate, and it was great to see you on the Zetas debate.
Mhm.
Great. Um, Anything I would have to say about you, sir, is just basically deflecting is object and tool of the devil, and I don't have many issues with you, but I did get a chance to see you on the Zetas, and one of my major issues with you is that you address the BLM movement as just police reform, and you were given the opportunity to rebut that. It's not just police reform. Also, you addressed George Floyd as an incident and not a murder. That becomes very. If I'm talking about
I did
issues
not know
on
that.
reasons why, oh, I know, but I'm addressing it. And if I'm talking about, and you can find that link, you can go to the Zetas to see that all that is real life stuff. Um, I find issue with addressing the woman being beaten. I find issue with addressing anybody being tased or murdered. I find it an issue with it being addressed as an incident. It really bothers me, and it's something that stuck out from that. I sat there and I watched the whole thing, and I thought about it, and I kept trying to figure it out. And it was great that someone gave you the opportunity to talk more on what BLM stands for and what Black Lives Matter stands for. And I'm sorry. Like, my major issue with you is referring to George Floyd's murdering, his torture in front of everyone as an incident. It wasn't an incident. It was a murder. So I mean, I'm not
An
gonna.
incident is when Obama wore a weird color suit. That was an incident. That was a whole
That was not
incident.
the
Like
whole
that's a good
incident
example of the measurement of an incident.
of incident.
It sure as heck ain't human life. Are you serious? No.
And so I had a big issue with that. So that's a problem for me.
People slip tongue,
Um,
but that I mean that's a tough spot. That's
it
a tough
wasn't a slip
spot.
of the tongue. It was said very well.
And he wanted
I,
he had a chance to go back and
well, he
he
had a
didn't.
chance to go back and rebut police reform.
Oh sure.
I'm gonna move on to Tavell Richmond.
Yep.
I think Tavell is a very great guy, and like I said, I haven't picked between Reggie or Tavell yet. I will tell you that there or Reggie Tavell or Nate Cullison. I haven't picked between those three yet. Tavell is a great guy. I have nothing negative to say about Tavell. As far as I'm concerned, I know that a lot of people support Tay, and I'm excited about Tavell running for city council because I get excited anytime there is new blood running for these people, running for the seats of the people that's been in the council for 8 years or 2 years or
Yeah.
1 year. It doesn't matter. New blood needs to happen. Change needs to happen. And just taking pictures of changes or being on boards doesn't mean that. So I'm excited about Tavell Richmond running. And I just haven't made my final decision on that. But I'm very excited about you, brother, and I'm very proud of you for taking this step and encouragement on running for city council. I really think that's a big deal. And honestly, I can't say the verdict's still out on where I'm deciding to go with that final five. So, I respect your grind. First of all, I respect your grind, and I can't really say I do. I got to be honest with you. I'm a performer, so a lot of times performance is everything for me. But like I said, there's nothing negative. Sometimes I find not a lack of passion, just a lack of convincing for me personally. But with that being said, you're still on the slate for me to personally go, and I'll decide like if I'm going to do that.
Right.
Uh, and that's my personal moment.
Yeah,
And
it's
there's three
definitely not a
people that,
no, is what you're saying. It's not a
yeah,
yeah, because you still have a spot open. Right.
I still have a spot open on my mind. And I'm going to go ahead and cover Nate Cullerson. Um, Nate, I want to thank you again for sitting down with us. But I got to be honest with you. I honestly, when we did the virtual debates, you were my favorite person, one of my favorite persons in the front besides Michael and Monique. But listen, you were a great. I think you're still very educated.
Mm-hmm.
I think you still make very wise choices on how to answer and respond to questions. I think I see that you have a lot of support in the community. I'm excited about just those juices flowing. Um, there's issues that I have regarding an endorsement by Fetterspill, and we didn't touch that really on the last show. That wasn't my opportunity to give the public a view of you. That was my opportunity to give the public. Well, no, that sounded like I'm not a politician. That's not what I'm saying. That was your moment to tell your story.
Sure.
So I wasn't going to disrespect that
No.
because that was your moment to give your views on the world and where you see it going and where you see Saginaw going. I felt like we answered that enough. You answered the question. I posed it to you and I addressed it. Now, let me tell you something. I that we talked earlier about something sitting blank on my ballot or maybe possibly switching red. And I don't know if that's the smartest thing to do yet, but I can tell you that I'm not enthused with Fetterspill. I wasn't enthused with Fetterspill when they were shoving him down our throat at each protest that we had this year.
Mm-mm.
I wasn't enthused with him then. I wasn't enthused with the 60s riots car. I'm not saying that that represents Nate Cullison because I don't believe that. I believe you're a very smart man. And I actually think, you're still in that running. I have an issue with that.
That's tough.
And
That's a tough pill to swallow.
and that does it is a tough because it doesn't represent what his views are.
Right.
But the pride
Because you
that
know
you
his views.
have
You talk to him. Right.
yeah, I've talked to him. I've talked to him. I personally felt like he answered a lot of questions. I do feel like he reads a lot, but that's just me being like me. And the Fetterspill thing, though, like I can't. That's a pill that I'm not ready to swallow. Sheriff Fetterspill, it just brings you right down to that, lesser of two evils. You had a guy from Flint who messed over a lot of stuff to vote for that primary, and then you were voting for either Fetterspill or him, and it was just like, wow, like, I end,
I didn't know what to do.
I just, I have issues on that. Nate, like, kudos to you for running. Kudos to you for sitting down with us.
And connecting
These
with
are
local
just,
government, because
yeah,
that's what sheriff is. They're elected official, connecting with other elected officials to try and form, and that's in
that's what they're
general
supposed to do. I
terms. That's
mean,
great. Yeah, that's exactly what you're supposed to do. But I mean, if you did not know, now you're learning that uh, will split you apart from other people that may otherwise have endorsed you. It's tough.
I mean, it's here we are. We're shooting down the barrel of an election, and I say the best for last. Nate, I really respect you as a person. I want to make sure you know
I
that. I
liked
just
Nate.
don't respect. I
Yeah,
like Nate. We had so much fun, and I would actually. Nate's that guy. Like even if I was mad at you, I would still have a beer with you. Like that's the
nice.
reality of it all.
Yeah,
Like, and that's the truth. Like I think he's a cool person. I can't not knock that. Moving on to my last person, I covered everybody. Um, and the last person is Annie Bench, and she's an incumbent running for reelection after 8 years on council.
hmm
And again, just same thing with John. I can't necessarily say that I've had a lot of experience with Annie Bench.
hmm
I can't. Um, and that's partially because we were the first forum she said no to,
right.
or debate that she said no to. Fine, that's okay. You didn't want to come. But
It's not necessarily a way to win votes.
but I don't think she needs votes. She's an incumbent.
Right.
It's I guess, but I'll just tell you this, and I'll walk you guys down a story because I've been very quiet. I've really I've been doing a lot of as somebody like I'm not even gonna put her name because then I'll have another tassel. I'm gonna be waiting for the Facebook comment because this is what happens. Like, well, promotion is everything. Narrative is everything. And that's what I'm learning about the Saginaw electorate is that it's a lot of popularity.
Sure.
And um, I'm not impressed by you. And I don't have to be impressed by you to
No,
vote
we
for you.
spoke about voting with your gut, going with the people
Yeah.
that you have your best interests at heart on face. Like it seems like I'm, and that seems clear.
Well, here's the point. Like, I got a chance to see you at the NAACP, and I got a chance to see you at the Zetas. And it sounds like to me like you don't want new people on. You want to assemble yourself with the current council members that are incumbents and add one new person. But you don't even talk about which new person that you would like to work with. I want to work with my colleagues that I've been working with for all this time, and I've heard you say these things. So, also, um, I don't know. It's just funny to me. I have to address this. Um, you denied to do our virtual debate on the clause of forum or debate.
Hmm.
And this is nobody's personal business, but you denied it the Saturday before it was going to air. And you had an email the week before, and you said I gave you deadline after deadline, and that's fine. I can only speak on my personal experience with somebody, and because we're talking about the personal vote. That's
Sure.
why I didn't put anybody on slate to endorse any candidates. This is not the formal endorsement from me and Empower that we talked about. No, this is me
Nope.
talking about who Black News Tonight
Hmm.
personally, where I'm at and where we are with this. So, but I'll just tell you this: like, don't think that I want to deal with you on city council if you despise small beginnings.
Right.
Um,
That's yeah.
that's a big issue for me with you. I mean, I just got to be honest with you. Like, there is no reason why you had to tell us no, and you can say it's surrounding other people that weren't on the screen. But the problem is that for you to then put press out about the NAACP because you missed the first forum and say that they're always informative, it's a slice as if it never had happened before. But I'm sorry, we were the only forum that were here before people start voting. So you gotta don't kick the door down on your way out. You could have just said, I simply decline. But in that exchange, you also called me hostile and unprofessional. And I've never spoke about these things until now. I mean, look, I'm going to tonight because I just listed all of the people on my ballots where it say vote for not more than five, and you happen to be one of them that are looking not to just be elected, but to be reelected
Right.
to the city council and sit again for another term.
You have the right to have an opinion about someone who is
I do.
representing you.
Representing me, representing my vote, because I live in the O2. I vote for you.
Sure.
So, also, I want to let you also know that I don't contrive relationships or need to be told who to be friends with or who not to be friends with. You're a public figure, as you stated, but
Sure.
soon after you change it to public servant. Serve the public. That means that you personally shouldn't be having personal issues with other citizens that you serve or expressing that on Facebook or commenting or fighting towards people. Getting into Facebook wars is very childish, and I could have simply did that. But I chose to use my platform that you called unprofessional to do this because I don't do Facebook comment fights. I don't do arguments back and forth. But let me tell you also, I got a chance to see you in the public's eye again just recently when the lieutenant governor, marched down to the poll box and I was able to pick up my ballot that day. But I made sure to speak to you.
What did she say?
Oh, she said hi. She
Okay.
had no choice. I made sure to speak to you, but I'm just letting you know that I'm always going to speak to you because I am a professional and I am cordial and I know how to do this frankly. I heard you on the Zeta say that this is the best financial history of the city, that you guys were able to do some things that has not been done in decades. Great. And that you said that you have a surplus sitting in a general fund. This is you quoted, not necessarily verbatim, but you guys can go watch the Zetas forum. I'm giving them mad props tonight, and I don't do that a lot, You can go watch the Zetas forum so you can fact check me if you need to. But there's $20 million sitting in a general account for the city of Saginaw. And I'm sorry, because you said it, I just want to know what it's for. And I don't
Especially
want
at a
to.
time where so many things are struggling because of this pandemic, and how can that be? How can that be?
Or maybe I'm looking at $20 million as a lot of money and not. I don't know. But I think $20 million is a substantial amount of money for a city. You know, I'm just saying that's like your bragging rights, but we don't know where that money's going. Y'all don't talk about this money all the time. The next line will be the city manager and his team has it all in control.
Right.
I'm sick of hearing that. So that's just reality of it all. Like no one wants to hear that. Like that the city manager has in control because we don't elect a city manager. We elect city council members. We don't even elect a mayor. So we elect city council members to take care of those things. Don't kick the door down. I'll never burn a bridge. I try to do my best never to burn bridges. Because if I need to walk over that bridge, I need to walk over it. And you may not care because I'm not on your radar for you to care. Because I wasn't informative enough as the NAACP. Kudos to NAACP. Kudos to the Zetas. Kudos to Black News Tonight and Empower as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I got to tell you, I'm a citizen in the city of Saginaw. I don't have to be informative. I don't have to have an education to ask you questions on why you should have my vote, and to have people in the city ask you questions on why you should have my vote. And as you've seen from the Zetas, it was a debate because not everybody thinks the same way. So that's the reason why it was called a debate, and that's the reason why we discuss those things. We're not going to not talk about people being abused in the city of Saginaw by police. So stop saying that people are leveraging it for political gain. That's
How
not
is that
truth.
that's a fact? How is it
It's a
leverage?
fact. Like, and I just have to do that because I have to state like everything can't be about political gain. Like you can't keep saying that people are doing that. When Carly did the protest, you had an issue with her using it for her political gain. It was the most successful protest we had in the city of Saginaw in years, and everybody was there. It was multifaceted, multicolored, unique group of people. So but you said Carly was using it for her political gain. She never attached her political gain, but you didn't shout down Clint Bryant for driving his Clint Bryant truck up to the the protests, or the same fact you didn't talk about Amos O'Neill and Feddersville bringing their cards to the protests. So which one is using it for their political gain? The issue I have with you, Miss Bench, is that anybody that looks or stands on the same platforms or models that you try to stand on and say that you're for, you shoot them down and say that they're incorrect and they're trying to use it for their political gain when the whole game is pageantry. So that's the issue that I have with you. And I'm bringing a little bit more awareness in the 19th minute of my second hour of my show, and I'm doing it on purpose because November 3rd is around the corner, and some people have not voted yet.
Mm-hmm.
So that is the issue I have with you. I know that there's going to be backlash. It's like if
You
you
know
know there.
the kind of people that say that you use this for political gain are the people that would use it for political gain. That is textbook projection. That's the same
Mhm.
reason why Trump back to Trump. Why Trump says things like when people are coming in trying to come into this country because they're being attempted murdered elsewhere. That people are trying to
Mhm.
kill them in other countries. They're trying to seek um, the word escapes me.
Oh,
Sanctuary. It's
stop.
gone.
Is it
Allah.
sovereignty? No, it's
It's gone. It'll come back. But anyway, the people that are trying to come here to escape death. Uh,
sovereignty. I think it is.
it's not. It's not. I don't know, it's going to drive me nuts, but that's fine. The
Asylum, asylum,
asylum.
asylum.
Thank
I seek
you.
asylum.
Man, that would have
Yeah.
made me. I'd have started scratching my arm. Okay, so the people that come here to try to seek asylum to save their lives, he says, are trying to run a scam. because they're just trying to get into this government. And he's like, well, they'll just lie. Why don't they just lie? That's what liars say. Liars say, why don't they just lie? You're the one that is a lie. Like, obviously, the projection is coming from you. It's just, I just don't like those people.
Neither do I. And that's okay because, like, at the end of the day, like, it's not. I'm not saying that she's a bad person. I don't have the right to do that. I don't get to cast those types of judgments to you. That's I don't have a hell or a heaven to put you in. I don't get to cast those judgments to you. But you were okay casting those judgments towards me. So, since you did, you should watch who you talk about and you should watch who you call hostile and you should watch running on a very a campaign that is so pro this and pro that, but you're running around calling me hostile and telling people not to be on my show. So I got it. I have to address that because it's business as usual, and
Yeah.
this is how I do my talking points. So no, I'm not voting for you, and that might not matter to you, and that's okay. It should matter to you because you're a public servant, is what you're saying now, and I am a citizen here, and you did not one time try to come back and redirect. I never called you names. So I'm not coming back to you to try to mend that relationship or change your views or your views on me. The funny thing is, on a situation where we were getting the views and opinions and the platforms and basis on innovations from the Saginaw City candidates, you decided to give your views and opinions on me that were uncorroborated and not true because you didn't even know me. So I know this is probably it's been a while since I've done this before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean Helton thing was probably the last person that I like. I mean,
Scorched the earth
just
on.
just so like you said, just like you said to us, like um, that I'm unprofessional and hostile. The last person I was hostile was on like that show, and I after that show, like I kind of like took this whole tune down and everything, and Danger's like literally looking like he's gonna crap his pants because he hasn't heard this side of me in a very long time.
Yeah, because I was like, bring back
I
that
thought this was
Charles. I
going
thought
to
that Charles was good. I
well
like that
listen,
Charles.
well it's just I gotta be real
Yeah.
if we're and forgive me viewers for some trying to straddle a centrist I'm gonna say it God if I say that it's gonna be but who cares a white appeasing tone. It's factual and actual.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
No,
Like I didn't sign up
I
for a
don't.
basic TV show. I didn't sign up. Like we got two people viewing right now on in Facebook. Like
Yeah.
I at
Look out,
least need to
world.
say what I look out world. I need to say what I need to say while I'm on here.
Yeah.
At least if I got two people watching, I need to be honest.
Hmm.
So yeah, and I didn't think I was actually gonna be speaking that free about it. But I'm probably gonna. I feel so good about saying what I had to say. I'm probably gonna make a 1 minute campaign clip about why not to vote for you
Oh,
because you need to listen to. You can't just listen to elitist or organized groups that you think are acceptable to hear the black voice from. That's not acceptable. So sorry. And and
tell me about the
I
end.
stole I stole that one from Mike Flores. But and not that he has anything to do with me going off on you. But and let me say this though. Here's the other point. Never mind. I didn't know it was gonna be this much. Like I
Well,
didn't.
this, here we are. Here we are.
Hey, we're here. Hey,
We're
we.
here.
I mean,
I still got two terrible videos to show. So.
I know. Oh, yeah, but and like, here's the point. Like, the reality of it is this. For and just to close out the Saginaw City Council,
Hmm.
vote for five. I would never be telling somebody to vote for one person. That makes no sense. The easiest way to change this up is to vote for five people. And vote for five people that you think are going to work together very well, because or that are not going to work together very well. Because to be quite frank with you, I don't want y'all all to think the same way and think alike. Because that means you really don't represent the city of Saginaw. Because they don't think the same way and all think alike.
Right.
Yes, we understand you have to work together, but you can disagree with somebody and work together with them. And you can have new blood and still work together. So there's $20 million sitting in the general fund. I would like to know what y'all gonna do with that money. What's next for it?
And if it's
It
not as much as it sounds like to us, tell us tell us
tell
why.
us why.
Yeah.
Tell us why it's not. Because I'm electing you. You're an elected official. Whether I vote for you or not, you represent me.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all not gonna let me not say that President Trump is the president right now. So whether I like you or care for you or not, you're an elected official. You're a public servant.
In
You
the city
serve the
that you reside
people
in. Yeah.
in the city that I live in, that
Yeah.
I'm
You can't
born
change
and
it.
raised in.
Yep.
I got my hug at Saginaw General. Like you should never feel too high up in your 8 years of being on the council that you can't talk to other people or you can't come out and say what needs to be said or listen to the voice of the people. And maybe some other people have different views and opinions and on their experience with you. Great for them. That's not my experience. So also, I didn't need any help with anybody writing questions for me. We actually have a team that writes questions. It's not just Danger and me. There's
Mm-mm.
actually a creative director as well.
There's
Thank
people that don't want
you.
to be on camera.
People that don't want to be on camera, that's not getting paid. Fettersfield, Amos O'Neill was all tied up together. We know you tied up to another campaign. It's important for you to be back in the council, but at the beginning of this year, you didn't even want to run. So
Right.
you stated verbatim that you wasn't going to run. You wanted to move on with your life and move on with your family. So like it's up to you, like what you want to do. But if you're gonna be here, don't think that you don't work for the citizens of this city. We elect you. We employ. I mean, not employ. That's a joke. I ain't gonna lie about that. That's a little bit of a joke on how they get. But
I
no, that
mean, okay.
stipend. We
Okay.
can't say employed though.
Okay.
But we elect. You wanted to run, so listen to all the citizens.
Yeah.
I want to make sure I address deflecting again. The Saginaw City Council cannot continue to deflect. And I've always promised them, and that's the truth, that I will not beat them up. I will because I know how hard. I don't know how hard, but I assume their job is pretty difficult. Being a complaint system for
Sure.
the
You can't
citizens
be
of the
everybody's
city.
friend. Sure. Yeah.
You can't be everybody's friend, right? I would never beat you over a lash or try to just go off on you just for simple as that. No, but the point of the matter is that here's the reality of everything is that there's a job to be done and the people elect you for that job. It is not your personal opinion on who to listen to. Every voice needs to be heard. That's the same thing with the election. You can't discredit someone's feelings. You can't discredit someone's opinion. You just can't. Like I mean, now there's facts and numbers and statistics that will discredit people's opinions, but telling people or creating a narrative that what we did was not based in the city of Saginaw. The secure partnership is based in the city of Saginaw. The tax cap is based in the city of Saginaw. The relationship and the breakdown of our citizens and the policing in the city of Saginaw, that is part of the city of Saginaw. Those are questions that the citizens want to know about. Those are questions that I have. That is city related. Telling other people that they can't be involved in my show or be on my show or you're going to remove support from them, those kind of things are treacherous, yo. It's treachery. And
Certainly raises
it
red flags.
it raises red flags because I'm sorry, no one's just creating a biased city council debate for you or forum for you. We're not. No one does that. Be quick and agile on your toes. Don't play dirty.
Right.
Don't. I'm not playing dirty. Don't play dirty. Say yes and walk. say no and not walk, it's up to you how you want to do it. But don't kick somebody in the neck on your way out the door, because then you're going to have to deal with the emotions that they have regarding that. I've said everything I need to say about the Saginaw City Council. Vote for 5, y'all. Please vote for 5. Vote for Michael Flores. Vote for George Copeland. Vote for Monique Lamar Sylvia. Vote for Jamie Forbes. I will make my last decision on a later date.
On the
But
gut.
listen, I want to talk about, bring it back home to racism in this country.
Some serious stuff's going down, man.
I just want to show you like the insightness of like what's going on right now. Like, this is 2 hours of us being up here.
I think this is a 2-hour blow softening, honestly, because we're light and everything. You know, yes, this is a very serious election, but we're still having fun. Here's the real stuff. Like, this is the. It ain't
look. We talked about election. We got to talk about why election is so important. And I just want to share you some videos of, experiences that are happening around the country.
Do you want to do the one from?
No, I want you to put up that White House report first.
Oh yeah. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna find that during the video. I knew that there was something I forgot. Okay, I gotta find that during the video. I'll find the actual one. I know it's on my phone.
Okay.
So yeah, do you want to do the what I am assuming is the is the great America that Trump would like to keep or make again? Make again.
Yeah. Make again. No, keep America great is what it is not.
He said.
No,
I ain't never gonna forget. He said, "Make America great again." Again. That's what Pence said. He said it, and I'll never forget it, and it makes me crazy, and it's the reason I don't sleep. So I'm just saying. So do you want to do that? The police reform. Yeah. All right. Just roll it.
Roll it.
Here we go.
Great America. Here we go.
Okay, so it's edited, but it's still subtitled, so you're gonna know what they say. Then it's rough. Here we go.
Fine. Here we go. Great America.
What's the issue? What's up? Why are you coming over here?
I just want to see what you guys are taking pictures of.
Why is it your business?
Well, you know what? This is my home.
Okay, mine too. Why are you taking pictures of me?
Where you live?
I live in Scottsdale. Why are you taking pictures of me?
Michigan plates?
Yeah. Why are you taking pictures of me?
Well, you know what? We've had problems here.
I don't care. You don't know me. Why are you taking pictures of me? And I don't know you. Do you know a lot of white men are doing racist things in this world, sir?
No.
You don't know that? You're not aware of that?
I'm a racist.
You are a racist.
I'm a racist.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. So
what's your point? Why are you here?
Because this is a no zone.
Not really.
Oh, is it?
Not really, sir.
Tell me.
This no zone. I'm here. And what
But
I'm
you
about
don't
to
live
do,
here.
I do. I stay here. What I'm about to do,
Yeah.
me and my friend, we about to record our videos.
Okay.
And you not gonna do a mother thing about it. Y'all hear me?
That's fine.
I'll tell you
what do you want to hear me
say? I don't want to hear you say nothing.
Oh, I'll tell you what, though.
You just not gonna do another mother thing. So,
Why?
as y'all see, can't keep the camera.
Doesn't stop me from doing things.
It doesn't mean I'm about to record my video.
Okay.
And this ass not gonna do anything.
Okay.
And let you try to touch me. Let you try to touch him.
Well, I wouldn't touch
you. You already disrespected me. Can you step back a little bit? I feel like you harm me.
We are 6 feet.
Yeah, no. I need you to step back. So, don't listen to what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm gonna lay your ass down.
That's okay.
It's okay. I'm gonna lay you down. I'm gonna lay you down.
You are?
Yeah. So,
You ain't.
just stay where you at.
You ain't man enough.
It's okay. You don't gotta think I'm man enough, my baby. Yeah, just keep it walking. And it's gonna be like that today, y'all. I hope y'all seen all of that. I am a famous YouTuber. This is actually his establishment. So anybody, y'all all know I just moved to Arizona, and this is his friend as well. So anybody that come to this establishment, y'all know what it is. Y'all know exactly where his establishment is, and y'all know where he worked. And it's okay. Hey, we got money, and we doing well. He mad. So, we gonna handle it like that. You saw he walked away, because I got something for him and this man. But Kane, pick up your camera. We about to get this in.
Jeepers.
No
Yep.
inner zone. Can I talk about something that's on the
No, I
flip
want to
side?
say,
Like
yeah, okay, just for 1 second,
devil's
because okay,
advocate. Let me say
you
it.
go, you go, you go.
Here's the flip side. He says no inner zone, and he refers to see my brother refer back to him as a BA. Oh,
I loved
it was
it.
like, is
That
that
was
the perfect
delicious.
response or
Oh, I loved it.
no? It's
You should see it.
not.
Did you
It's a
see his face
terrible
too?
response.
No, it was good. Did you see his face too? He was like, "What did you just say?" He was so offended. He was more offended than the dude. Oh, I loved it.
Oh my
So
god.
yeah, wow, just wow. So that's the Great America. Welcome to the melting pot.
Hey, make it great again, man. Like if that's what you want to do.
Did you? Okay, I wanna point out the subtitles. I think the subtitles messed up here. Take a look. Take a look at the subtitle.
What's the issue?
Because this
Not no. There's not a not no. So I'm here. And what
But
I'm
you
about
don't
to
live
do,
here.
what I'm
But
about
you
to
don't
do.
I don't know how that happened.
Laughs
That's weird.
confederately.
Yeah, that's
Laughs
strange.
confederately.
I wonder how
Did you
that
do the
happened.
subtitles for this video?
Why would that be? Yes, it was me. Yeah. hmm Yeah, it was totally me. That was the
I
that was
didn't.
the only
Oh,
light at the end of the tunnel for that entire video for me. Uh, that and
laughs
saying he was going to lay
confederately.
his BA down. I liked that. That was nice. Because I
Hey
believed him.
man,
I don't know about you, but I believed him.
he did not budge. He did not move. He did not say
Mm-mm.
anything. So
Mm-mm.
like, I'm just saying. I bring up this conversation because a lot of people try to tell me that like, you
I'm going to go
know,
solo for you for just one moment while I look at my phone for that document. Are you okay?
yes, sir.
All right.
Yeah, that's fine. Uh-huh. A lot of people try to tell me like that, you know, there's no racism in America today and it's gone, it's past. Black people have black colleges and black people have this and that. And it's like it is not gone. It is not past. It is not old news. It is still happening today. So wake up, come back to the America that we all live in because it's happening right now. It's happening today. It's happened to me, in my older life now since the new president and the regime has came in. And I say regime for a reason. But like, yeah, I mean, administration is the correct term. I know, but I gotta get y'all to see like stuff is going on around this world. Like and that's not out of the norm. Like we're not just talking about police brutality, equal pay, opportunity. Those things are not like around the corner. Like stop saying that. It's not true. It's non-factual. All right, get me off a solo view because it's too much for my face right now. No, but
You're all right.
anyways,
You're all right. I found it.
um,
I found it. I'm going to try and find a way to put it on screen because I know it's a PDF.
so here's the whole point of life in the world. But um, we're at 11:39.
I
I
know. We're
had so
just
much
going for
fun.
it.
I had so much fun tonight. Like this is.
Just let loose. Merry
I
Halloween.
feel revived. Oh, and I did it all with the Salty Balls costume on.
Ooh, that's great stuff.
So if you're salty, be salty.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, children.
Oh man. Wow. Great stuff. Loved it.
Hey, I couldn't have wrote it better myself.
I know. Just honestly, that's pretty good. Okay.
Salty.
Let me see if I can use it as an image. There's a learning curve on this because PDFs are not normally something that I put on this screen. So we're gonna take a ride to the unknown here.
Into the unknown.
Thank you for that.
Into the unknown.
I might just take a screenshot of it because, yeah, that might work better. Because you basically just want the one. Yeah, okay, I got it. All right.
Into the unknown.
She's just gonna sing us out.
Into the unknown.
Good Lord.
Into the unknown.
Danger, get it together. All right. I'm gonna crop it.
No, anytime like I feel like we're stalling, I'm just gonna really start actually doing horrible stalling. Instead of like trying to fill the space, I'm just gonna do horrible stalling. Like,
Please do,
it-
because I'll laugh
it-
as I'm
it-
fumbling through paperwork.
into the unknown. What was the first one? Do you wanna build a
Oh
snowman?
no. Oh
Oh,
my
it's so funny to
gosh.
hear my kids talk about their guinea pigs, and they're like,
Oh yeah,
"Juana,
tell them,
Elsa."
tell the names of the guinea pigs.
Well, okay. Well, first they started off like I don't know. I have guinea pigs. They're I don't know how old they are, but they're adoptees, and we adopted them to our world. So I have two twins. I just consider them my second set of twins because they eat just as much as my kids do. They never sleep. They're always up, just like my kids are right now. Not bothering me though, or saying anything, which is amazing. But I keep hearing their foots, so I know they're up. Probably going into the unknown.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm
But
highlighting this
anyways,
spot right now. I'm
so
highlighting this.
we named the guinea pigs. At first, it was going to be princess and something else, and I was like, no, that's just not working. Like I've had a dog named Princess. So all of my friends would be laughing at me because I literally be like, you guys want to see the guineas? So they just became like the guineas because I couldn't find a name for them. So my one friend was like, "How long is you gonna call them things the guineas before y'all name them?" I'm like, "Well, the other names is not working for me, so I'm trying to, get my kids to go, aha, perfect name. I thought of it." So one day I just looked at them, and my nephew was like, "We should name that one Moana." And I think I was just like, "Well, not to be color correct, but Moana's the tan one, and Elsa's the white one."
Oh man.
Those are just real colors, like in real life. But anyways,
We're good.
we're good to share.
Okay. So let's break it down. This is an actual press release from Brianna Ellie, which is Christina Baum. Sorry, Christina Baum, who is the goodness is the official whatever it is of the person that deals with the press first. So this is directly from the White House Office of Science and Technology Policy for immediate release, released October the 27th of 2020. Now take a gander, and then I'm going to show a zoomed in one so you can take a look because it's going to be zoomed out, and then I'll show the zoomed in one. So take a look. Take a look. Now, what that says is down there at the very bottom, it says, I'm going to bring Charles's mic on too. There he is. So they can hear you too, Charles. Okay, so now what it says is that these are the accomplishments that President Trump has done in his first 4 years of administration. This is what he's done.
Hmm.
So there's a bunch of nonsense in there. So let's take a look at that little highlighted spot down there. Let's take a gander at that.
From the outset of the COVID-19 pandemic, the administration has taken decisive actions to engage scientists and health professionals in academia, industry. Did I say that wrong? Say that for me, Danger. You
Academia,
know,
you're right.
I
Academia,
thought I
yeah.
was. Academia, whatever, industry, and the government to understand, treat, and defeat the disease.
Yep. Ending the COVID-19 pandemic. Ended. It's gone. It's over. So you can thank him because it's over. And my comment defeated the disease. My comment to this is technically yes. Technically that is accurate for 220 plus thousand people. He ended it. He ended it for them because they're dead.
Oh my God.
So yeah,
Jeez.
technically he's correct. And that's how mad that made me. I hate that. I hate it.
Mm.
That is so messed up. beyond. I cannot. I simply cannot.
Wow.
He wants an award. The dude, you remember when everybody was so mad at George Bush with the mission accomplished with that nonsense? This homie, this is 4 million times worse.
Yo, you had coronavirus and still don't wear a mask. How can you literally sit up and say that you ended the pandemic? Okay.
He
Yeah,
probably
you
is
just
still
said it was
feeling
over.
effects of it. Yet it's gone.
No, he ended it by
Thank
saying
you.
he said it was over and everybody stopped following the protocols and just, that's how he ended it. So,
Yeah, that's why
into
Michigan's
the
in a giant spike. That's why Michigan's in a giant
unknown.
spike right now. Saginaw just got promoted to imminent outbreak. That is our current status of Saginaw County. Imminent outbreak. Love it, because the kids are about to go back to school. Not mine, but a lot of them are. An imminent outbreak in Midland, Saginaw. I don't think Bay City. I think Bay City's actually doing better somehow because they were on fire a while ago. But I don't know. Maybe they stayed steady. I don't know. But it didn't get worse. The Saginaw got worse, and Midland got worse. And Michigan overall is in the red. Is the highest. Oh, it's the worst. It's the worst right now. Higher than it was in March. Higher than it was in March. Higher than it's
Your
ever
fear
been.
does not dictate me.
No. Tell that
Your
tell
fear.
that to the 220,000 Americans. Tell them
Tell
to
that to
not live in
Herman
fear.
Cain.
Don't live in fear.
Tell
Oh wait,
that.
they ain't gotta worry about that. They did.
Tell that to Herman Cain.
Oof. Ouch.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh man,
Lord
what
rest his
goes
soul.
on in that house? In that big White House with that orange man.
Coronavirus goes on. It goes around and around and around and around. That's what goes on in that big
Where's
house.
my drums? Oh,
To me,
nice,
that's what.
nice work, nice work. Well done, well played.
Couldn't have wrote that better either.
No, that was good.
Goes around and around. The White House is literally a hot zone.
Mm, 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 mm. I wish I had
Uh,
those ready. I sent these to Charles. There's two images that are they're very closely related, and those two images are the last year's election, the country as state by that has voted red in the last election, versus the ones that voted for blue, and the ones that are red stay red when you overlay the COVID hotspots. They're all red, the whole. Yep, and then it goes right up. Not so much California, not so much Michigan, not so much New York anymore because they listen to rules. But everywhere else in that red zone, still red.
it's crazy because like they had I had a conversation with with uh, a supporter of Trump and he was like,
Was you gonna call him a cultist?
no,
I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure where you were going. Okay.
no, it wasn't. But I had this whole conversation, and it was a very good, conversation. And one of the things that like this person said, they were like, "Well, I don't agree with the way the Governor Whitmer's handled. They don't know Gretchen. They don't call her Governor Whitmer
No.
because
Yeah.
she doesn't deserve her title.
Right.
She's a terrible
That
governor.
woman.
I don't know. I don't agree with the way that she's handled it." And I'm like, okay, I understand what you're saying, but I agree with the way she handled it. Like, come on, like up until
You can't
now,
look at the
until she
bar
lost.
graph. Everything.
Yeah.
So March was, oh man, stuff's getting wild. And then everybody's in lockdown. Follow the rules. Follow the rules. They took her power
And this
away.
is
Where'd it go?
But this is that point where it'd be like, y'all want it y'all way all the time.
Yeah.
This is that point where I'd be saying, like, okay, so don't talk about the president. It's disrespectful to talk about the president. Yet y'all had pictures of President Obama hung with nooses, clown faces everywhere.
And the
So,
signs
like,
on people's lawns saying my governor's an idiot.
yeah,
But that's
yeah,
okay.
like, oh, my governor.
That's okay, apparently. But as soon as we make fun of Trump for getting corona, suddenly we're the devil. We're so mean. How could you be so
We're mean.
cold-hearted?
What's that song? Uh, what's that song that? How could you? Oh,
How could you be so heartless? That's where I
Oh,
was
that
going.
one. How could you be so honest?
That's where I was
I
going.
don't
I don't
know.
know where
Maybe
you were
because
going.
because you like sat at another debate and like that was supposed to be a debate, but it ended up being
Shouting match.
Oh, by the way, still
Get it?
has not received a negative test. We don't know when the last time
Mm-mm.
President Donald Trump tested
Mm-mm.
negative for coronavirus. If that doesn't give you some concern, like, why are
The
we
dude
only
is
focused on the
withholding
fact?
his DNA from a criminal trial that if he gave his DNA and he is in fact innocent would completely show that he is not guilty. And yet he withholds his DNA. That's strange. Huh? Doesn't that raise some flags for y'all? Doesn't that raise some Trump flags for y'all? Like if if I, I just it blows my mind. How can you possibly sit by and be like, well, he doesn't have to give his DNA, and he doesn't. There's no good. I am losing all my words. There's went to criminal justice school. This is that college education falling apart. Uh, so there's no subpoena for him to give the DNA. So yes, he doesn't have to. But if he did, we'd all have to shut up about it. If he showed us the taxes, we'd have to shut up about it. Now, on the flip side, if Obama showed his birth certificate, Trump wouldn't shut up about that because he don't. He don't shut up. That man doesn't. That man doesn't know how to shut up. There's Biden right there.
Clown!
Oh, what do we do? What do I?
I already
We
know what
got
I'm
another
doing.
horrible video. More stuff going on in Philly. Talk about
Let's
Philly.
go
Tell
to the
them people
next.
about Philly.
Oh well, before we get to Philly, let's
Okay.
talk about like your last presidential debate.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and we talked again about racial issues in the country,
Sure.
and that's when Donald Trump gave us the "I've done more for Black people." Like, look at my African American over there. Like, that kind of. He always refers to look at my or
Mm.
look.
Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. I said,
And
child.
it's crazy. I'm giving y'all the crazy eye.
I just, that man.
I mean, it's who he is, though. I mean, it's who he is. So, I mean, I know.
Yeah, no, I'm glad. This is, I think this is. Oh, so I'm paraphrasing John Cleese here. I'm glad that everyone should be represented in government, and I'm glad that the imbeciles are now being represented in government. That's great. I do worry though that they are so many. John Cleese, my boy. Oh,
We got to re-air this show like Roland Martin does. He re-airs the same show like
heck
five
yeah.
times a day.
This is
We should
gold.
start doing that.
We're doing
This is
some
a good one.
Rumpelstiltskin, spinning it into gold.
Say my name.
Okay, so
But here's the thing.
yep.
Before I get to that, so this is the issue that I have. Like, and I had an issue like with this with Vice President Biden and President Donald Trump.
Mhm.
Um, being silent in these moments are issues for me. Point
Saying
blank.
nothing says a lot.
Says a lot. Saying that it doesn't happen says a lot.
Calling it
Being
an
caught on
incident.
tape saying that, being caught on tape, back to Saginaw,
Mhm.
calling it an incident is a problem or a thing.
Mhm.
Being caught on tape, um, talking about you knew the black issue, being black was hard in this country, but I figure I won't. We're not gonna talk about it though. We're just not because instead you make all your supporters believe that black people are lying about what's going on in their lives, and we have to believe you that. But go ahead and play that video, please. Give me a moment.
Hold on. Check this. I missed it. That was 20 minutes ago.
Oh, I didn't even see that. Thanks for the
Yeah,
great
neither did I.
conversation and hanging out with the other night. I appreciate you and Danger and what you guys are trying to do. Also, I understand your concerns, but thanks for the kind words tonight. I want to earn your vote. So if you want to talk more, okay, Nate. Okay, Nate.
Batting
I
1,000.
gotta give him some props though.
Batting
He
1,000 right
batting
there.
1,000. He is batting 1,000. Like he is. That might have just did it.
I'm telling you. Sometimes that's all it's
But that's
take is
reality, though.
willingness to speak about issues that may or may not divide you. Because you could tell
Truth.
immediately someone who's not fit to lead because they won't not debate these issues with you. They will just tell you why you're wrong. They won't say, "Well, this is a fact. This is a real thing." Well,
Now
this is a real thing too.
that's something we got to give Nate a very good props on. Like he stands very strong
Oh yeah.
on police brutality and how he
Hmm.
feels about that. I'm
Yeah.
not going to take that away from him.
No,
So
I had no
I'm
problems with
excited to
any of that.
bring that back. That was really beautiful, Nate. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, Nate. So I guess I didn't do that in a disrespectful manner. So I'm excited that he understands that.
Hmm.
I respect you, Nate. I told you, like I told him, I could be mad at this guy and have a beer with him.
Sure.
So I think I just all right. Go ahead.
All right.
Play the video.
Do you tell
Play
them
the
while they're
video because
protesting? Do you want to give them the deets on? Because this is okay. This is video shot from the roof in Philadelphia this Tuesday during protests, and this broke out, and it's not great. There's multiple layers, and I'll talk about it as soon as I play the entire clip,
go ahead.
and why it's horrible. But here's the clip in question. It's about 2 minutes.
Wow. Whoa. Whoa. Oh, damn. They bust up all the windows in that joint. Was there kids in there? Somebody just hopped out with a baby. Come on. They just bust up all the windows. Oh my gosh. I'm shook. They just bust up all of them windows to get them people out the car, and there was a kid in the car. They literally just bust up all of them windows to get them people out the car. This woman walked out with a baby in her hand.
Now this is a shot from the other side, an image of the SUV being, I mean, broke into, if we're being honest, by police. Uh, this this next one is a post made by the Fraternal Order of Police. Um, They stated that the child was lost and wandering around barefoot during violent riots in Philadelphia. The only thing this Philly police officer cared about was protecting this child. We're not your enemy. We are the thin blue line. We are the only thing that stands between order and anarchy. Now, I respect some police officers. I went to college to get a criminal justice degree. I know a great deal about what it takes to be a good police officer. Now, these are not good police officers. I'm going to tell you why. Because they broke into a car and used this as a political stunt. They broke into this car, yanked the lady out. You saw her get tackled to the ground, and then they busted out the windows, drugged the child out, and this lady is taking the child from the mom. You can't see his left arm. His left arm could be reaching for his mom, who's on the ground getting beat up by cops. Like, this is ridiculous. I have no idea how this can be in the country that people think is so is so great. I had to edit myself. So it makes me very mad. And they used an image of a female police officer to try and make you feel things about how they're tame, and it's just everything about this is wrong. Now, this came to light that this is not a factual post. The child was not lost. The child was not wandering barefoot around. He was ripped out of a car from his mom for no reason. All she was doing is trying to turn around because they blocked the road. She tried to turn around. They blocked the road. She tried to make a 3-point turn. They busted out her windows. Like you do. So they used it, and I cannot abide. So this is the I don't want to call it an apology because it's not an apology, but it's just basically this is what the Fraternal Order of Police posted on 10/29 because the other one was 10/27. That the National Fraternal Order Police posted a photo of Philadelphia police officer carrying a young child at the scene of a civil disturbance. The National FOP subsequently learned of conflicting accounts of the circumstances under which the child came to be assisted by the officer and immediately took down the photo and caption. There's a couple things wrong with that. First off, the conflicting accounts that's you. Y'all is the police. So the conflicting accounts came from the police. So I don't really understand how you got conflicting accounts about the circumstances under which the child came to be assisted by the officer. So this police officer assisted that child to getting out of the car in the same way that the police officers in Kenosha assisted that young man in going to the hospital. They helped him. He got there. Yep. They went directly there. They helped. And that child got ripped right out of that car. Yep. Great job, cops. Nice. Wonderful work. And I want to draw attention. Thank goodness there was one good cop. I don't know if you saw. I'm going to show an image. Officer Esselop, I believe is his name. If we take a look, Officer Esselop here, he ain't know how to hold a police shield. I'm not really sure what's going on there. ECILOP, Officer Esselop. I'm not. I can't, man. I just can't. I don't even know what to do with this anymore. What do we do with all this data? What do we do with this? Your mic's off. What do we do with this?
I don't know. I don't. I mean,
it's become the
Danger?
norm, man.
Can you give yourself some solo view for a second, please?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just a second, and I'll come back from the close.
You're good. So look, I don't understand how people fight tooth and nail stating that this is the greatest country in the world, and I'm not saying that it equivocally isn't. I would love to see some factual data that it is. I'd love to live in the greatest country in the world. Sure, sign me up. But I want to see the data, because what I'm seeing, it's not. We ask for universal health care, and they call us socialists. The people that run the government can't even be trusted to put the grocery cart back in the grocery cart thing after they go shopping. Like, that level of selfish animosity to one's neighbor is messed up. It's completely devoid of what I would consider humanity. Absolutely. It makes me so mad. And I don't know what to do with the data. I just absorb, I sit, and I watch through these black screens, this horrible stuff, day after day after day, night after night of riot, peaceful protest turned riot, turned looting starts, the shooting starts, that garbage. And it makes me sad, man, because I don't know, when I was a kid, I didn't want to say I was definitely in the best country in the world. Like, I never was like, I guarantee America's the best. Like, that was never me. But there wasn't as big of a gap as there is now. There's a giant gap. We can't even we can't even keep people healthy, and then it goes as far as to say they're actively killing us. Like we can't have health care. Your mic's off again. They can't have health care, but they're actively trying to murder us. And when COVID don't work, they shoot us with their guns. Because
I
they shoot
mean,
white people too.
if it,
They shoot a disproportionate member of black society. Yes, that's absolutely 3 times, I believe, was our data. 3 times more likely.
hmm
But I've
3 times
seen
more likely
that
to be
dude at the
killed.
door was a white guy. The dude in the hallway of the hotel, that was a white guy. And shot dead because ah,
The lack of proper training, the lack of knowing the fact that you know that there's an issue and refusing to fix it. I think we covered this on the city council. Like
yeah.
knowing that there's an issue and refusing to fix it is definitely people we don't need on the city council,
Yeah, because they
and
want to
definitely
watch a damn
people.
Bruce Willis movie and go in there and fire a bunch of bullets. They could give a heck about actual life. They just want to have an action good time. Like, it makes me
And
mad to have the
no,
degree I have, because I I outrank by education most of the police officers that are riding around in police cars. They do not have degrees.
riding
They did not
around
go to
and getting
school.
it.
They did not go to school for this. They went to some MCOs for some 5-6 weeks of some kind of weird bootleg or boot camp, and then they come out bloodthirsty, not educated, and we all wonder why they're just killing folks. Like, I don't know, man.
Well, I mean, look, we are way over our time,
You ain't got to tell me. Woo!
and we have. I think we have.
What's left? I think we did it.
I don't know if there's anything left. I
I don't think
mean,
there is, man.
there's a lot of proposals on this ballot. If you're in from the city of Saginaw,
I
school
voted yes
board
on everything.
proposal,
I'm
okay,
I'm
state
fine with paying
proposal.
taxes because I'm an American citizen that should pay taxes because I like driving on roads. I
Mhm.
also like uh, a fire department to come to my house if it's on fire. Socialist shit like that. Sorry, socialist stuff like that. It
The
just
main thing really is to get out to vote and
yes.
and do research if you vote in the day of.
Oh yes, absolutely. I will say when I received my ballot, I voted by mail. When I received my ballot, uh, there was a good amount of people that I had to really look up. And there's
Like go.
oh man, let me find the website. You go ahead. It was
That's. I mean, that's really.
vote411.org.
Yeah. Vote 411.
Vote411.org because they're not biased to either side. They just give you facts, how this person stands, what they feel like, how they may or may not change, and if they've already been like the. It's I loved it. It was very informative. Now I will say some people may not be on that site because they don't contribute their thoughts and views and platforms to websites like that. Just like sometimes members of the Saginaw City Council don't want to come on a little show and give their platform and their viewpoints to some of the people that may or may not be voting for them. And I think that that's a loss. I think that's a great loss.
I mean,
Incumbent or not.
The Michigan, incumbent or not, and come for it or not. Don't come for me unless I send for your incumbent. Because if you come for me, I'm definitely gonna send you out UPS mails. Okay. All right.
Get
It
it?
took. Okay. Anyways. All right. Listen. I was gonna say something for sure. Uh, I was looking at like some information like when I was doing some research for tonight's show,
Hmm.
and just looking at all over. Obviously, I did brush up on our debates. I did first brush up on the Zetas and the NAACP and just like these people's thoughts and things like that. And I also did like a Michigan banner that 5 of the 11 candidates did fill out the Michigan banner. So if you guys want some information from that, go check that out. That Michigan banner. There was not a lot of candidates that filled out the Michigan banner. Like it was just a questionnaire too. All you had to do was write like a simple Simple message. That's it. You know.
Yeah.
Man, I think it's been a great night.
Hmm. I had a good time.
Um,
You have a good time? I know you're
yeah,
having a
hit
good
him with
time.
the music. Look.
Rap
If
it?
we leave
You
it
want to do
some
a solo or you want to
rap
just
it.
want to rap it?
Why do I need to
I
do
don't
a
know.
solo?
I'm just
I got
sometimes,
my
you know,
production
hey,
director and me.
I'm just saying sometimes, you know how
Okay, well I'll
I
do it.
like.
Okay. Well, let me say this. Let
Okay.
me tell you all this.
Okay.
I don't need a
I'll just sit right here.
necessarily a solo.
All right.
But here's the point. Get out to vote. Please get out to vote. It is
Please vote.
imperative that you vote.
Please
Please
don't just
vote.
not vote. Please don't do that. That's how we got
No,
here.
don't do that.
Please, the country's
No,
on fire for people that
forget
ain't vote.
that.
Please don't do that.
Yeah, forget that not voting. Like,
Don't vote
please get out to vote.
because of me. Vote because of you. You live here too.
Okay,
If you're
facts.
watching this, I guarantee you probably live here. I don't think we're reaching out of country bounds yet. If you're watching this, you live here with us. And if it's on fire, you burn it too. Is that really what you want? It ain't what I want.
Get out and vote.
Vote.
Exercise your right as an American and vote. And besides that, I want you guys to have a wonderful weekend. I
Hmm.
thank you so much for watching us. We're already on
Wonderful
the
holiday,
31st, which,
the Halloween. I'm not sure what you guys can do. I know the trick or treating is kind of canceled. But personally, I'm just gonna make cookies with my kids and like do a whole little dress up thing and Halloween in our little bubble.
yep, we'll be over. We'll be going to Danger's house for Halloween tomorrow because he's making cookies for his kids, and
Cookies.
you know they're my kids too. Then because anyways, I'm just joking. We're gonna do some trunk or treating or something. Trunk or treating, probably, get some
That's
bags.
tough.
Speaking of candy, my kids got all that candy from the daycare. I need to go get out the car and eat because
Hey
my
yo,
kids ain't eating no candy. Ooh,
get it?
it's gonna be bad for the weight loss. Hey, I'm a much skinnier chef this year.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh,
Huh.
look at God.
Mm.
Like I remember the first time I wore this costume. I had to put on a different shirt because in this shirt. Anyways, that's not the point. Get out and vote.
Just vote, people. Come on now.
We got some changes coming up. Season three's rolling right around the
Yes.
corner. We're probably going to be taking a hiatus again after we do the get out and vote on Tuesday. I mean, we haven't discussed that yet. We had two shows that we slated to cancel. That I slated to cancel, not Danger. I did. Look, man, it's nobody's fault, but it's hard to do this sometimes. So that's why like we're really proud of the virtual debates because that was like I wanted to quit my job a
There's
couple of
challenges,
times.
man. Yeah.
People is hard to deal with,
Yeah.
but I love it though. I love y'all people.
It was worth
So
it,
we
and
thank you for
I think it
everybody.
was the Saginaw County was better for it.
Truth.
All right. You want to hit him with it?
Guys, we thank you for tuning in tonight. Make sure you share the video. If you catch this video late, you can share it in the morning.
Hmm.
I'll start a watch party on my page for you all to see. God bless you. Good night, and thank you for watching Black News Tonight.
Vote.